A 2.53 gigahertz CPU, Windows 7, 4 gigs of RAM, a dedicated graphics card, and an SSD. What more do you want? Check it out. We're going to show you the Z880 from Sony in just a second. Stay tuned. All right, so the Z880G is definitely a business class notebook. It's a 13.1-inch LED back screen. Now, what's interesting about it is that it's a 16:9 aspect ratio, so you're getting the widescreen aspect ratio of a television, not of a widescreen monitor. So it's actually got a 1600 × 900 resolution, which gives you a really nice workspace and a pretty high resolution for a 13.1-inch monitor. It's also LED backed, so that's going to help you save some battery. And of course, it's a Sony screen, so it's crystal clear, as you can see. Very, very thin and portable laptop. It's extremely powerful. It's got a P8700, I believe. Yes, 2.53 gigahertz. That's a 1066 megahertz frontside bus, 3 megabytes of L2 cache. It's got 4 gigabytes of DDR3. It's got 128 gigabyte SSD. It's got a 6-cell lithium-ion battery. It'll probably go for about 5.5 hours. And mind you, those laptops that usually are, small 13-inchers with fast processors and lots of memory and especially dedicated graphics do not go 5.5 hours. They go 3 hours and 2.5 hours because that processor sucks a lot of horsepower, a lot of juice. This thing, on the other hand, will actually go 5.5 hours. Now, part of that is thanks and due to the fact that you can switch your graphics on here. So I don't know if you want to zoom in over here real quick, but right over here there's a stamina and speed button. It's a little switch. See right there, right now it's in stamina. I can switch it over to speed, and that's going to go directly from the 9300 Mobile GS NVIDIA dedicated chipset that's in here, or dedicated graphics, to the Intel 4500 MHD graphics. That's going to save you some battery power. So if you're not actually playing a video that's encoded on the GPU or that's rendered on the GPU, there's no reason to have the GPU on. You can turn it off. If you're just going to watch YouTube videos, which are actually rendered on the CPU because they're done in Flash, it's going to save you power, battery. It's going to last longer, which is an excellent choice. Also, the SSD is going to save you a lot of battery. No moving parts, no platters, no spin up, no spin down, no indexing. That's going to save you a lot of power as well. Another thing that's cool is that on a 13.3-inch laptop that's this small, since it is business class, you actually kind of have to have a DVD drive. I'm not a big fan of DVD drives, but this one's got an awesome one. So basically, it is there. It is a fully super multi DVDRW, RAMs, ROMs, dual layers, plus Rs, minus Rs. It'll do the entire lot of media that you can throw at it, which is really cool. It's also got a couple features for security since it is business class. You do have right up here, right down here actually, a full-on fingerprint reader. So this is going to give you the security to be able to log in with a fingerprint. So passwords are good, but fingerprints are even better. You also, while we're down here, have a very nice trackpad. It actually does feature side scrolling. It's very intuitive. It doesn't actually have a line to show you where the side scrolling begins or ends, but basically every time I've touched it in the right spot, it's responded as it should. And so basically it scrolls very, very well, very clean, very smooth. And of course, it's a very elegant looking laptop. Looking at the keys, they are the chiclet style keys. But it's very easy to type. You can type really fast on these, just very secure clicks. Really like the way the keyboard types. I gotta give it to Sony with that. Another thing that's cool to note on this laptop, it's actually, I'm kind of gonna break into the side tour here, but I'm gonna start early because I gotta show it to you. You do have a full HDMI right there. And again, like I said, once the graphics is turned on, and even when it's turned off, you are getting audio through the HDMI. So the HDMI is hooked up to the 9300 Mobile GS. That does give you multi-channel audio through the HDMI, and that's really important because one thing is plugging up a laptop to a big TV and then not getting audio out of it is one of the most frustrating things ever. And that actually didn't work with NVIDIA graphics cards until the 9000 series came out. I guess while I'm over here, I might as well continue with the tour. You have a USB 2.0 port right there. This is your VGA output, and this is the power button, ironically enough, which lights up bright green to let you know that the laptop is on. It's on the side, kind of out of your way. We'll go to the other side here real quick. Show you what's going on over here. Basically, fan louver. You do have, let me see if I can get my, there you go. You do have a Ethernet port right there. Of course, this is a very nice high-end product, so that is, of course, 10100, 1000 Ethernet. That's going to complement the connectivity of the NDraft 802.11 stuff. You have a express card slot right there, 34mm, very useful. Moving over here, this is basically where your modem's going to go. Very small, cute little modem. USB 2.0, another one right there, iLink Firewire 1394, and then you have your inputs and your outputs for your headset and your microphone right there. Starting from the front, we have a few indicator lights over here. First, you're going to see the battery indicator, hard drive indicator. This is for your memory stick indicator light. Again, in here you can do all the Sony sticks and as well as SD cards. This is to turn off your wireless antenna as well as an indicator light for that. And that basically rounds out what you see in the front. Also, again, since this is a business computer, a webcam. It's a 1.3 megapixel webcam. Very important for teleconferencing, telecommunicating with your office. You have meetings on here, Skype. AIM. Again, this laptop is a business laptop, but anybody can use it. And it's also cool to note, as you'll see on this desktop here, is that we are running the latest and greatest Windows 7 64-bit home premium. It's cool to notice that they are running the 64-bit operating system. You know, before 64-bit operatings had problems. Nowadays, they're incredible. This is probably the best operating system I have ever played with in the history of OS. It's not since Windows 3.1 came out and we went from DOS to Windows that has been such a big difference. It's really great. It's not revolutionary, more than like evolutionary. It's just faster. You get jump lists, which are kind of like when you right-click on an icon that's on your taskbar, which is newly optimized, I may add. You basically get a list of things to do in that program rather than just minimize, maximize, move. I mean, you know, it gives you a whole bunch of stuff you can do. It manages your resources much, much better. So before you needed 2 gigabytes of memory just to run the operating system, now you can do it with 1 gigabyte and then have more resources left over for your programs. And on top of that, you're not using as much CPU and memory to run the OS. You're saving battery. It's really incredible. The media center that Windows 7 comes with from factory is incredible as well. So really good stuff. And of course, it's a Sony product, so almost all Sony notebooks come with Bluetooth, and this one is no exception. It also comes with really good Bluetooth. It's 2.1 with EDR, which is the enhanced data rates. So very fast. If you have phones, you can link up with your phone. If you have, let's say, a jailbroken iPhone, you can tether it over Bluetooth. You can do a lot of really, really good stuff with Bluetooth, and it's become very popular. It's nice to have it integrated, so you don't have to have a little dongle. So really, really sweet laptop. It actually weighs, did I write the weight down? Don't have the weight, but I'd say 4-ish. We'll put the actual weight right over here and see how off I was or good. I'd say like 4.2 pounds. It's pretty light. Very nice laptop. So again, the Z880, very powerful, very slick, very slim, very nice notebook from Sony. Has every feature you can throw at it. If you have any questions on it, feel free to email me, and I'll see you guys next time. If you'd like to get some more information on the Sony Z880G notebook, powered by Windows 7 Home Premium, go to com.pewter.tv and type in Sony Z880. For Computer TV, I'm Albert.